Hello everyone, this is Dr. Jyoti Saxena and I welcome you to my channel Biotech Medicine. The present topic is moving bed biofilm reactor MBBR in wastewater treatment. Have you ever thought that the plastic pieces can clean water? And actually the MBBR works on this principle only. So let's see how it works. So let's dig into MBBR. MBBR is moving bed biofilm reactor. Here are the two keywords: moving bed. That means all the time the carriers which are present here, they are moving, and it has a biofilm. So this is biofilm based biological system, and here the microorganism grow on a small floating plastic carrier. We'll see what type of plastic carriers are these. They can be used both in municipal and industrial settings. That means for cities and towns also they are good enough, and they can also be used in industries. Now the question is, why to use it? So most popular conventional method is ASP. ASP is activated sludge process, which is used most commonly in the wastewater treatment, but it has many problems. So that's why people are switching over to MBBR. This ASP is bulky and large aeration tank. So because the large aeration tank is there, so you need lots of land for that. So the land cost is more there. And the sludge settling issue is there. This ASP is also a biological system. So here the microorganisms are there, but they are floating. So most of the time, many of these microorganisms, they are washed away. And settling is very poor there. So this settling issue is there. And low stability under the shock loads. Shock load is a condition when the flow of the wastewater is uneven. A large amount of wastewater is coming suddenly, something like that happens, and the concentration of the pollutants which are present in the wastewater, that is also changing suddenly. So this condition is shock load, and ASP is not very good to handle the shock load. It has low stability. So this is a big problem. And then another one is the continuous sludge recycling is required, because here nothing is automatic. So sludge you have to reload in the tank all the time. In every cycle you have to do that. So because of these problems, we have shifted towards the MBBR. So this diagram is showing the biofilm carriers and aeration. Here you can see this is the carrier which is made up of plastic, and here you can see there is lots of inner surface where the microorganism can grow, and these areas which are present here, so they can increase the surface area for the microorganism to grow and form the biofilm. And here you can see the biofilm is formed. So similar biofilm can be formed everywhere. And biofilm is, kind of layer or the film of the microorganism which is formed here. And this is formed because they are sticking, microorganisms are sticking to each other, and they are also sticking on the surface. So that kind of biofilm is formed on the carriers. And here you see the aeration tank. Here the air is pumped from here or from upper side also, and the carriers are there and they are moving all the time in the wastewater. So this kind of MBBR is there. Now we'll see the biofilm structure. Biofilm contains a diverse type of bacteria. You'll see aerobic and anaerobic bacteria here. It develops in layers, so stratification is there, and outer layer is the aerobic one. So that means the microorganisms which are present in this layer are going to be the aerobic ones which need air or oxygen for the survival. The inner is anoxic layer which do not have the dissolved oxygen. So here the microorganisms are generally denitrifying ones. And the base layer is attached to the carrier, that is also anaerobic. So here the different, microorganisms are going to be anaerobic in nature. This is the structure. This is the diagram. Here you can see the outer one which is shown by the blue. This is aerobic layer That means the microorganisms which are present here are the nitrifying bacteria, which are aerobic in nature, which needs oxygen, and oxygen is provided to them. And then the middle one is anoxic, and the innermost one is the anaerobic. So here in the middle and the inner one, the microorganisms which are present, they are going to be denitrifying. So this is the diagram of carrier. And here the simultaneous nitrification and denitrification, although the denitrification is very, very low, but still nitrification and denitrification both can go on together because of the presence of aerobic as well as anaerobic bacteria. Let's see how this works, MBBR. Wastewater will enter into the aeration tank. Aeration tank is the main body. So here the wastewater will enter after the screening, and then in the aeration tank there are multiple carriers present, plastic carriers, which already have the biofilm present on these, and they are moving all the time because air is pumped. So because of the presence of that pumping air is moving all the time, and it is moving the carriers also along with it and mixing the wastewater. So that is what it is happening in the aeration tank, and biofilms are present on the carrier. So they are deteriorating they are consuming the organic matter which is present in the wastewater, and they are consuming the BOD, COD, which is the indicator how much oxygen has been used by the microorganism for the degradation. And the sludge separation is also possible here. It takes place here. And the treated water, it leaves the tank, and the sludge separation, this all takes place in the secondary clarifier. So here the water will go in the secondary clarifier, and there in that tank the sludge will be separated with the treated water. Treated water will leave the tank. And another very important point here is that biofilm automatically renews. The older microorganisms, they will shed off, and the new will be formed. So you don't need to do anything, automatically it will be renewed. Here you can see the whole MBBR process. First the wastewater will come and it will go through the screening. So the bigger particle will be separated, and after that the wastewater will enter into the aeration tank. In aeration tank there are several carriers on which the biofilm is there, and the aeration is given to it, to the aeration tank, and the carriers are moving, and biofilms are consuming all the organic matter. They are degrading it, and then it is going to the secondary clarifier. The separation of the sludge is taking place here, and the treated water can be collected. So this is the whole process of MBBR. Now let's see the advantages of MBBR. Why actually people are switching over to MBBR? No sludge settling issue is there. So there is no problem regarding the sludge settling. This is very compact. In contrast to activated sludge process, this is very small one. Small aeration tank is needed here. In case of ASP, it is very big tank which is needed. Lots of land cost was there because of that. So this is compact. So that is also one very good point. That it handles the shock load very easily. In ASP, we discussed that this problem was there during the shock load. It was not stable, but here it can handle the shock load. Whatever type of wastewater is coming, whatever is the concentration of the pollutant, it can handle very well. And there is low maintenance because it is designed in such a way that we don't need to do anything. Even the sludge is not repumped mechanically. Everything happens automatically because the biofilm based system is this. So that's why it has low maintenance. And there is no need for sludge recycling as it was in the ASP. So here this is taking place automatically. So this step is not involved here. And again, another one, very important one, is the easy to upgrade the old plants, because we talked about it that ASP was the main process which was used in most of the wastewater treatment plants. But now people are going towards the MBBR. Now, one good thing about this is because it's a very simple system. So those which are having the old plants, only those plants can be upgraded with minimal, things, minimal designing you have to do. So that can be upgraded very easily. So that way the cost will be very less, even if people want to switch over to MBBR. So all these are the advantages. And then this is energy efficient also, because here, very simple system is there, then compact system is there, and chalk loads are handled very easily. So all these, because of all those advantages, this is quite energy efficient. But then it has some disadvantages also. Clogging of pipe is possible. There are feeding pipe, and there are pipes which are for effluent, so they can be clogged by the carriers. And sometimes when the grease or the oil is more in wastewater, then in those cases the all these carriers, they can accumulate at one place, so they are not moving properly. So that those kind of problems are there. And it requires higher aeration, of course, because here the air is doing the dual purpose. It is solving the dual purpose. It is moving the carriers, and it is also giving oxygen to microorganism to grow. So all the time aeration is needed so that the carriers are moving. So requires high aeration. This is not ideal for very high level or complete nitrogen removal. So this is again a problem. If we want a complete nitrogen removal, then this system is not very good. Although the nitrification and denitrification both are going on together. So some nitrogen is removed, but if you want complete nitrogen removal, then the extra stages are needed. Because the aerobic system is something different and anaerobic conditions are different. So the microorganisms, if they have to do the denitrification and they have to live in the complete anaerobic condition, so the extra stages are needed. Although a little amount of anaerobic microorganisms may be present there and they are doing the denitrification, but still that is not enough. Then initial media cost may be high because many carriers are needed when you start this plant. So initial cost may be a little high, but then afterwards, because you are using it for a long time, then it will be cost effective. And because the biofilm is there, so the microorganism present in the biofilm, they can attract different type of insects which feed upon the microorganisms, and mosquitoes may also be there. So this kind of problem is there. And if they'll feed on the microbes and the some of the microbes will die, then naturally the efficiency will also be affected. Now the applications. Mainly it can be used for cities and towns and also for the industrial system. So in cities and towns, for municipal STPs, it can be used. For the sewage treatment plants, it's quite good. And for the small and medium decentralized plants, it is very good, very efficient system. So suppose there are hotels and resorts, some residential buildings may also be there, the housing complexes. So they may have their own decentralized plants based on MBBR. So it's not necessary that the whole city's wastewater goes at one place, at centralized place, and there only the wastewater treatment is going on. Instead, these days it is preferred that the decentralized plant should be there. So this is quite good for those purposes. Industrial wastewater treatment, like in food industries, dairy industries, beverage industries, pharmaceutical, textile, paper industries, in all these kind of industries, this system is quite efficient. It is working efficiently. And in hospitals also, where may be many pathogens, so there also it can be easily used. Now let's see what is the future of MBBR. Here we can combine the MBR to MBBR, and we can make a hybrid system, MBBR hybrid. So, MBBR we have already discussed what is MBBR, moving bed biofilm reactor. And MBR is the membrane bioreactor. So, membrane bioreactors are these are also becoming popular these days. So, if you want to have a, benefit of both, then MBBR and MBR hybrid can be formed. So maybe in the future we'll see more like this, where we'll have the biofilm in MBBR and the membrane filtration, ultra membrane filtration in MBR. So those kind of modifications are possible in the future. And combining with AOP for reuse, advanced oxidation process. So here many oxidation processes can be used, advanced processes can be used, and after that this water treatment can be reused, or the water after the treatment can be reused. So advanced processes are otherwise also we are using at many reactors, so this can be combined. Use in decentralized container units. So in future it is possible that the decentralized small containers and small units will be ready to use type of units will be prepared, and they can be taken and they can be installed at any decentralized place, and this will be kind of plug and play kind of units, so they can be installed anywhere and they can be used. And then the last one is the low energy aeration improvement. There is some problem of low energy. I mean, there is possibility that the improvement can be done in the low energy aeration system, and for that different type of designing standardizations are possible, and the work is going on towards this type, so that how the aeration can be standardized, how the carrier which are used, the plastic carriers, so they can be designed in such a way that they are more efficient, so they are consuming low energy. So this kind of system is possible in future. So that's all about this video, and thank you so much. Please subscribe my channel to see more such videos.